This is Big Mo.
Yeah. And this is Marcus. And this is Don't Believe the Hype.
The good, the bad, the ugly of fantasy sports.
Yeah.
Talk about something that I was really passionate about, and this was Colin Kaepernick. And I call it he took a seat to take a stand. And so if you don't know, because again it's a preseason game, so
Right.
a lot of people aren't watching preseason right now, especially not the 49ers. I wasn't watching the game myself because I actually had better things to do, like sleep. But what I actually did was I saw it on SportsCenter, and they highlighted and they pointed out that during the national anthem, he chose not to stand. Now the thing is, they made a big deal about this, but this isn't the first time he's did that. It's just that they noticed it. And Steve Weiss actually had an interview with him, and he asked, why did you decide not to stand for the national anthem? And he pretty much said, well, how can I stand and how can I represent, stand for the national anthem, the country, what it represents of seeing so many minorities being mistreated, being killed, and no one really shed a light on it the way it needed to be at times. And he has a platform. Athletes have a platform, and he chose to use his, and I applaud him for it.
I couldn't agree more. I respect anybody who has the platform or has the gall to actually, stand up for what they believe in. A lot of people will sit here and say, man, a lot of people will sit here and talk about it but won't do anything about it.
Exactly.
So for Kaepernick to actually make that decision, it's nothing that harmed anybody else on that field. It's nothing that harmed his teammates or anybody on the other side of the field. Didn't harm any fans. Didn't harm society. It's a personal decision that he decided to make, and I commend him for it. I think more athletes need to stand up for what they believe in. Besides, I guess, I don't know. I mean, it's crazy how we kind of decided to take our show away from the whole fantasy point to kind of address a social issue.
Right.
So I choose my words a little bit more carefully now,
Right.
because now it's my thoughts versus what the people out here watching us, what they believe in.
Right.
So it's nothing against them, or it's nothing against you, or anything like that. So it's all in, what you believe in. Would I have done that? I don't know. But I commend individuals such as Kaepernick to, hey, this is what I feel, and I'm rolling with it, and if you don't like it, it didn't affect you, so I mean, it shouldn't, you shouldn't feel any kind of way about it.
Right. And I actually want to, before we wrap it up, I actually want to talk about this a little more. So what I want everyone to understand is that, and again, I wouldn't consider myself to be a Colin Kaepernick fan or enthusiast or anything like that, but I appreciate and I recognize what he did. Colin Kaepernick is biracial. He was adopted by a white family, and so he actually got to see, I would say, both sides of the fence, so to speak, which is a luxury that as Black or African American will ever get to experience.
Right.
So, and then also that you have to look at is that Colin Kaepernick has spent the off season doing a couple of things. One, rehabbing his injury, and two, trying not to get traded to the Denver Broncos. I mean, he did everything in his power not to get traded to the Denver Broncos.
Right.
So
he's been putting up a fight for
for quite some time, right?
Yeah. He's been putting up a fight for change, albeit, this is, I don't want to change uniforms.
Right.
I want to change the perception of my people and others of color, in society. Right. So he's been a little militant, this summer.
Right. And he's got a lot more to lose. I applaud any athlete that has used this platform. he has a lot more to lose because one, he's not locked in as the starting quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers.
Right.
Actually, Blaine Gabbert is right now looks like to be the coach's favorite. So he there's more at stake for him, and he's not a Russell Wilson or Cam Newton or some of those other elite black quarterbacks.
Right.
Speaking of which, with the if you add Dak Prescott to the equation because of Tony Romo's injury, there are 7 starting black quarterbacks in the NFL.
Right.
And so he could potentially take himself out of the running because of this. Now, the 49ers have spoken out and said, hey, it's not required.
Right.
The NFL also said, well, we encourage, but it is not required.
Right.
So if if it's something that you believe in, regardless of what it is, and you do that, and you stand up, because honestly, if you don't stand up, you'll get stepped over, and that's how I want to end this.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah. You write it down. Uh-huh. I don't want to see you posting that unless you give me my little citation. I know. I just said it.
All right, but
all right, well,
protect myself. You put it unknown, but then I'm gonna say, hey, good looking out.